pickup for Thompson, like it always is a spicy pickup for Thompson. It's going to be his Faceless Void, the Manta Radiance Mid-Void. Maybe a Mage Slayer, maybe an Octarine, maybe an Aghanim Scepter, but it's Mid-Void. He's done it before. Is it actually any good, Avery?
Maybe never again.
Maybe this is the last of...
Maybe one more time. Maybe 0-10. Maybe team, please help me.
Maybe 10-0.
It's true. Anything is possible
30
when this man enters the mid lane on a hipster pick. And he's definitely got one here. I think the lane's going to be fine, but I don't know, man. Like, looking at these two lineups, my gut tells me that BetBoom should win this game in 20 minutes. But like the panel talked about, they have not been executing these games well at all this tournament. So their gameplay just might not be there. But I feel like Tundras have no ability to push the waves out versus a Beastmaster who's going to start ramping up the objective pressure. I'm not seeing it. I don't think the core synergy is like that great either. You have Faceless Void, Slardar, Nates. Like,
Avery just pulled the nastiest stank face you've ever seen. Yeah.
But of course, like I'm you know, I can feel all this and I can have some read on it, but none of that really means anything when it's Thompson. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, though, I think he'll do fine mid. That's not my worry here. I think this Beastmaster's, in theory, pretty strong, though, just because you have limited ways to defend your towers, take fights around those tier 1s. I think if BetBoom can get the tier 1 tower pressure going, they can secure a good enough early game where Nightfall and GPK are both going to free farm here, which I think they should. Then they can just run the map with the Caudle. Like, they have Hoodwink Caudle, very strong combination with the amount of long-range poke and kill pressure you have. It's a very good Vessel game for the Keeper of the Light. That is one part of this matchup that the Faceless Void does not like. The Slardar gets massacred by this hero, and you're looking at what gap closes this Caudle to deal with him. That's the part I just don't think is really addressed here. Like, maybe you could say, okay, Caudle can't just solo kill some of our heroes, but it's not going to be this Caudle solo killing your heroes. It's going to be Caudle pressuring your heroes, and then you get bushwhacked, you get roared, you get hook shot. And then that combination, that 1-2 with the Caudle is what's going to kill you here.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to deal with that because you just don't have anything to really lock that Caudle down. So I really am favoring BetBoom's lineup here. I think the onus of execution is definitely on Tundra to pull some crazy team fights out and slow down the tempo that BetBoom can create with a Caudle Beastmaster lineup that really doesn't have much to slow them down in terms of the waves.
No.
Well, the offlane of BetBoom is certainly going well. Seemed like that Beastmaster, maybe he's not getting the most CS, but it felt like the trade-offs were going pretty well for them. So I imagine they're going to win that over time. As you said, the mid lane matchup is perfectly fine for Thompson. Every single time he gets blasted, he time walks that off, and then he gets a melee hero versus a ranged hero, so he's probably going to get at least more denies than the Caudle will, that's for sure. Then I guess the more open matchup is this one right here, where Nightfall has struggled to get some CS here. 6 CS compared to the 8 and 4 of Ramsey's Slardar. Very good start for Tundra.
His Dire lane's definitely stronger. Clock is just a liability on this lane. He'll pay it off in the mid game with some initiation power that they really need, but yeah, the lane's not going to be too fun for Toronto Tokyo here. Just have to make up for it on the Caudle rotations. What can GPK get done this game with basically free farm? It's guaranteed on this hero, but when you are versus a melee, it's just ultra guaranteed. It's a question of what he's going to be able to do with it. Does he try and rotate into the Slardar, create some pressure with the Morphlane, accelerate Nightfall a bit in this game? Does he try and make that level 6 rotation of the Beast? Or if you get that roar up, suddenly Lifestealer can't sit there? I think Tundra are just going to have to read these moves and react to them well. Like, Thompson can counter gank one of these Caudle rotations. He can TP to a tier 1, jump in, time dilate 2 or 3 heroes on that counter gank and be pretty effective, but you have to be there in time. You can't get caught with half resources or without a TP on the map and let GPK just dictate the next 10 minutes here.
Sure. Miro. Lane's getting harder, man. They're killing a lot of boars, and Miro is actually going to be the first one to die, potentially. Here's the leaps come out. Couldn't quite do enough damage, though. They'll eat up another tango, but they'll get another boar. They have gotten a lot of boar kills in this lane. That's a lot of extra experience. Bushwhack lands onto the Mirana. Maybe it's Whitemon who falls first, and there it is. First blood for save.
Yeah, I was wondering why he didn't summon the Hawk during all of that. Like, maybe afraid of the extra right clicks coming through, but that trade was not that one-sided for Tundra.
Oh, right in the margins, the axe and the boar hit. It's not enough. Thought for a second he did die, but no, it's Nightfall who falls as 9 class. Gets that pick up. This Slardar Techies lane is really destroying this Morphling now.
Yeah, they're going ham down here. Ramsey's just taking it to him. Says, listen here, kid, I was the original CIS young carry.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Now I'm here to ruin your career.
Like many CIS carry before him and after him, it's gone to the offlane. We'll see that one again in action. What exactly happened? Looks like they got a blast off on very low strength. Wow.
Yeah, just straight 9 class outplaying him here. And I mean, we were talking about the execution from BetBoom not being here this tournament. This is another game where, like, how often this year did we see this team lose lanes this hard from just an executional standpoint? Tundra just outplaying him right now, and that is very good for what they brought to the table because they just want to pull out ahead, and more importantly, they want to shut down the BetBoom early momentum here. It's not as much about what they're getting, it's what they're stopping BetBoom from getting right now, which is any sort of pressure that the Coddle can rotate and snowball off of.
Can you think of another team that has suffered such a precipitous fall in play so quickly? I mean, they went from grand finalists to elimination, and then maybe perhaps double elimination if this group stage continues to go poorly for them. Is there any other team that set this precedent? Blood grenade landing on Miro. They hit him with the arrow as well, so they get not just the Hoodwink, but the Beastmaster as well. Tundra side lanes absolutely dominating, and Thompson is doing the best in net worth. His mid lane matchup, we said it's good, it's perfectly fine. He's going to get all the CS he wants. He's getting way more than just that. He's 1,000 net worth up on GPK.
Oh, he's doing great here. Really abusing this matchup to the maximum. It's what you want to see. Just going to be a very slow early game for BetBoom, and that's trouble for these type of group up push lineups that want to threaten the objectives as fast as possible. All gets delayed, everything gets thrown off.
All right.
Little pick off.
Trying to be a little bit too cheeky there. Going for the Wisdom Rune. Toronto Tokyo making a break for it and getting a lot of damage on Ramses in the process, but the support is going to be on the other side here. He's going to get sandwiched. Blast off lands, prevents him from getting to the Wisdom Rune, and looks like they'll probably get the kill on Toronto Tokyo. Maybe he can get a break for the Ancients, but it gets blocked in still. He couldn't get around that skull at that big dead corpse.
Just more bleeding. More extra gold into Tundra's pocket right now. They want Pure here. They need Pure.
Oh, the Bushwhack doesn't quite land. The axe does do it, though.
Oh, okay. They're at least getting something off that. Pure was like, he was sitting up here way too low for way too long to get away like that. But finally, something going BetBoom's way. But maybe the damage has been done. This early game is very open for Tundra now, even if they give up a few kills here. But we are going to see that GPK rotation. Makes it work. That, I feel, is just guaranteed. There's nothing Slardar can do about this matchup.
Does he get there in time? Does.
Oh, yeah.
Battery Assault easily lands.
So a double for GPK off that first move. Yeah, you're giving some farm to the Faceless Void, but in theory, you don't care too much.
Middle tower is under attack.
And Miro has a little bit of stacks to help out some of his recovery.
Tundra want to contest.
Yeah, they've got level 6 on Pure now. So that was why he was sticking around so low HP earlier. Hobson came through the triangle as well. Looks like they knew about some of this stack action going on. They've got a ward on the high ground now.
I mean, that's Really nice for Thompson. He gets involved in these extra kills for some XP. Slows down this Ancient taking as well, which is just honestly going to take a while for Miro to get through it. You might even see Thompson just start hitting this mid-tier 1. How strong he is.
What about Thompson's build is good? Because Manta Radiance was like the staple for him in all these mid-void games. But he's got a Lifestealer. So obviously that Radiance is going to go over there. Is he going to double up on the Radiance? He's going the Manta first.
He
so
might just double up on it.
Yeah.
Top tower is under attack.
There's the first chrono. Arrow blocked by the boar. Time walks off the damage, but it's straight to GPK. GPK, though, does get hit by a lot of damage from that blast off, and they'll get him, too. Run him down underneath this tier 2 tower. Now, Pure's going to try and get out with the Moonlight Shadow.
Needs an Infest.
Infest gets inside. Gets inside Nightclaws. Now they turn back around to kill Toronto Tokyo. What a bushwhack timing, though. Right as the Infest pop out there.
Still, it's Thompson coming out ahead in all these exchanges. They don't have the control for the Void in these early game fights. They need that Vessel plus second item on the Keeper of the Light to really make him suffer.
Yeah.
But he's going to have Manta by the time you get there, which just means he's going to be invincible in this game. And Time Dilation is an obnoxious spell.
Oh, yeah.
Another missed bushwhack here. The small execution from BetBoom has just not been at the level we expect from this team. Tundra taking advantage of it.
Moving around the map, save. Gonna back up GPK here. I mean, this is kind of a killer duo. They just need Toronto Tokyo to get level 6, and they'll be a killer trio.
Dire's top tower.
So the thing right now is you're racing towards the threat on the Void. Like, that's going to be one of the bigger things in this game. The Orchid for GPK, if he ends up committing to it. Like, he's looking at Thompson's items right here, and he knows this Manta is coming out at a ridiculous rate.
Yep.
Do you even want to commit to Orchid? Like, you could have it before he has Manta. You will have that window if you want it, but
I think it's worth it because it's also good against the Lifestealer. Right? They get a Clockwork Hook initiation, he can follow up with the Orchid. That way they have a kill against Lifestealer that doesn't require the Beastmaster.
It does feel like you have to go it here, but I don't think it's going to feel great. I almost think there's a world you'd rather just get the Vessel, get some fighting done now, and then get a Hex later. Because the downside of going Orchid now is if you want to go Hex later, then you have Orchid and Hex, and I always feel a little bad about that type of build-up. Like, it's just so much gold committed to single target disable. You really only need the Hex in a lot of those late-game situations, but he is going to commit the Orchid here. So now there's some pressure on GPK to make this item work. And specifically to make it work either versus Thompson or, you know, at least the Lifestealer maybe once. You can get it. We'll see if they smoke him, specifically towards that top lane, where they want to combine the Keeper of the Light and the Beastmaster. That would be the strong point for BetBoom.
If you know the Manta's coming, wouldn't you rather kill Thompson first? Like, to keep that Manta away from him as long as possible. They hit the dog shot, and they're going to get him on the Orchid. Bushwhack doesn't land, though. They need the damage. The blast is going to land, so it's fine. It's fine. You missed some abilities. It's all good. The Orchid is still a death sentence for Thompson's Faceless Void. Arrow? Not quite.
That is the kill you want on the map, but the downside is you're not getting the tower progression. So I'm still looking at where this Beast is going to go. And again, I think this is just going to be a defensive game from Tundra because they don't really have the capability to make too many aggressive moves here until the Slardar comes online.
Yeah.
Which also puts an emphasis on, you know, if you can pressure these towers early, it's going to be nice here. Miro just trying to farm and catch back up in this game. So the rotation not going to him means you're not accelerating that. But the upside is you get the bigger kill on the Faceless Void, who's the most farmed hero in the game. And it'll be Tundra making a move with their Chrono. We saw this earlier. Chrono into the arrow, into the leap is going to be enough to kill anybody here.
Hit the blast off of the arrow. They don't even necessarily need the Chronosphere if they land the combo like that. That was beautiful. Well played by 9class and Whitemon. I feel like this support duo, by the way, has really stepped it up this last month. I think they have been looking really good.
Radiant's top tower is under
I mean, they definitely have the skill to compete with anybody,
Dire's
right?
middle tower is under
It's just a
attack.
matter of finding the shot calling and drafts that work for them. So far this game, it's looked pretty good. That's going to result in a tier 1 tower without dropping the chrono. That's huge for them.
Radiant's top
I mean,
tower
actually,
is
hold up. You said they had the skill, and obviously they're great players, but I don't think the general public looks to those guys as like one of the best support duos in the game. Do you feel like when you watch Whitemon or 9class, like have they stood out to you in your career? I mean, you played against Whitemon at some point, right?
Yeah, I think Whitemon was always rated very highly. Like, he was one of the best supports in C for a long time. He was on those top teams. And I think, again, I go back to his skill. I think he's one of those very high mechanical skill 5s. This guy's going to hit his spells every time.
Yeah.
He plays a huge variety of heroes. He's a melee 5 player as well, which is a huge asset to have. He doesn't have any weaknesses in his gameplay. Other than maybe he's not a 5, you can bring him in and just be like the captain drafter for your team.
Right, yeah.
So you have to fill that role somewhere else. But if you can fill that role, then you just get all the upside, which is pretty big.
9class is a little bit newer to the scene, I would say. I haven't seen quite as much of him as we have Whitemon since, I mean, Whitemon's been around since like 2018 or something like that. Ramsey's initiation doesn't quite go right for BetBoom. There's not much has.
No, just a
Dire's
very,
bottom tower is
honestly,
under attack.
clumsy game from them, it feels like. Nothing really great has happened outside of some of the GBK rotations. And, like, they're getting their items online. They're not in a bad position. But you really want to be combining these cores, getting some tier 1 tower progression, getting this beast active in the game. Hero's just sitting at 1-4-1. He's just been ganked trying to farm Ancients. It's not really the trajectory you want for last pick Beastmaster that's supposed to be your ace up the sleeve.
Yeah. I would also say this slower pace, maybe it's fine for other lineups, but I feel like Tundra's Faceless Void, Lifestealer, Slardar, like, is pretty greedy.
Right, you don't want to let this triple carry lineup just farm.
Yeah.
Like, Beastmaster thrives when you can fight these other melee cores early in the game because the boars
Dire's bottom
are
tower
really
is under
obnoxious. But you
Hook shot
can't
on the
put
power
items
rune.
on the board.
And a quick kill on 9class with GPK just doing an Orchid fadeaway shot.
Stay silent.
Time Walk undoes some of that damage, so Thompson will be able to get back. He has Manta, and he's going to go for Eternal Shroud next, so he's not going to go for the double Radiance, and which means there's going to be a fair amount of damage lacking from this Faceless Void, but again, it's a mid-void. It's not necessarily his job.
Yeah, damage comes from chrono setup on the supports and time dilation. So finally, we're going to see that core combination.
Oh, wow. That was so much damage, man. Holy cow.
God damn.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The
that's-
Orchid practically wasn't, the Orchid pop at the end practically wasn't needed.
Might not have seen that coming.
That's what BetBoom were looking for. Tundra will respond with everybody, which will negate any sort of lane pressure into a tower pressure, which I think is still valuable here.
Dire's middle tower is
Yeah,
under
Continues
attack.
to slow this game down. You know, okay, we lost one carry, but we got 2 more. Haha. Good try.
I mean, there is one thing that BetBoom probably feel great about. The Smurfling is completely untouched, right? Like, the slower pace may not be the best for them for many reasons, but it's very good for Nightfall's game. He just took an offlane tower for free.
Both these carries are having a lot of space to operate in.
The same ward is gonna catch
Radiant's
the
middle
other
tower
support of
is under
Tundra.
attack.
Man, the long range, just barrage combination here.
Yeah.
Between the clock, the hoodwink, and the coddle is just nasty. Like, the second you get caught by either of these supports in a stun, you're just gone. There is no save on the side of Tundra to
Dire's
deal with it.
structures are fortified.
Dude, if Tundra look for that D ward for a second time, and they find the ward is actually just straight up expired, oh man, that's tilting.
Dire's middle tower.
An infest gank though. Nightfall had been free farming for so long, but 3 cores get brought to his lane, and there's not much he can really do against that, especially with the Manta that he hadn't quite completed.
Radiant's bottom
They'll have it
tower
next
is
time,
under
but
attack.
Yeah, BetBoom have to think about some dispels for the time dilation. The more of them you get, the more you're going to devalue that pick.
Yeah.
Make Thompson's job a lot harder.
Is under attack.
And we did see that tier 1 mid go down off of that kill in the river. So BetBoom getting some of the Beastmaster tower pressure they wanted in this game. Came out probably later than they wanted to, but it eventually came there, and we're seeing the net worth start to reflect
Dire's
some of
top
that
tower
objective
is under
boon.
attack.
Tundra want to make another move with this chrono. They did not commit it earlier, so Thompson's been holding onto it for a while. Would like to put it to use off cooldown in this game if he can.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Roar goes out, but arrow doesn't land. Blast off does. As a result, not quite enough damage. Thompson actually does commit. Into the tier 2 he goes. Yeah, they had the Orchid, but he still had Manta, so they didn't even try and turn back to go for that kill. And he's going to go in. He still has a Chronosphere, so he tried to go for more, looking for a Clockwork +1 scenario, but only finds the Clockwork. That's fine. Still 2 kills for Tundra.
Yeah, he'll take that. You do not mind getting these solo kills with the chrono. It slows the game down even more.
Radiant's middle tower
Gets
has
extra
fallen.
golden XP for the Void. A lot of pressure on BetBoom to try and make something happen here in the next 5 or 6 minutes, particularly towards that Roshan that you want to start getting around when you have this Helm of the Overlord. Tundra are just racing towards their items, man. This Radiance is going to be nice in the fight. They're getting utility on the supports. Thompson gets to that Eternal Shroud. He is going to be pretty damn tanky. Though, to be honest, I don't know how much I like the Eternal Shroud this game compared to some of the other games we've seen him abuse this item. Definitely a very strong item this patch. I don't think it's ever going to feel bad in your inventory.
Scanning.
But I almost thought he was going to go something, dare I say, more Thompson-esque.
Radiant are scanning.
There was a game where he went Meteor Hammer in a pub.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Just take that hammer to the head, you know what I'm saying? Meteor Hammer, Octarine Core. Look, if Thompson's item build doesn't make you want to report him, then it's not a Thompson item.
That's true. Yeah. Orchid lands on the Lifestealer. They've caught him out. Now, Tundra may be able to still go for the punish. If they can get GPK, this all could be recovered, and yeah, they get him. Maybe looking for a little bit more. Hook shot over to the side, trying to help out Nightfall. Nightfall getting bashed up, turns to the Faceless Void. Time walks his way out of there. It's the Clockwork who's now in trouble. The Roar goes out to finish off the Techies, and the Boar and Golem will chase off Whitemon, but Miro himself needs to get out of here. He needs to micro and carry himself some space. Morphin comes back to be able to help out Miro. Miro, Bushwhack lands onto Thompson, but Nightfall's going to go for the kill onto Ramses. Morphing full agility to get the damage done.
Pretty nice fight for Nightfall. Gets to clean up some kills. But it'll be Thompson once more just living through everything. And he'll put some bashes into a hero and clean up a boar. Man, he got a lot out of that fight.
Yeah, he
did it without chrono too.
It's like Lifestealer gets picked off, like, oh, that really sucks, but then your second carry comes in and cleans up the fight. It's a massive boost in net worth and experience.
BetBoom just don't have a lot of firepower if the Kotl goes down early. Yeah. So much of their damage. Getting 2 or 3 more blasts there would have won them that fight, so the fact that Tundra got on him early is just huge. The one thing you're going to have to consider is Nightfall turning into the Void here and throwing that dilation back against them.
Yeah, he might need a second Dispel here. Maybe he just needs a straight BKB.
Very good steal if Nightfall can land his hands on it here, and it's going to be a really annoying one. But that Shroud will be finished for the Faceless Void, so he is incredibly tanky. I do think Tundra want to think about some Dispels here. Lotus Orbs, Greaves on the Mirana, these types of things that would be really nice here to help their cores out. And just in frontlining for some of the Roots and the Orchid, Solar Bind, these types of long-range disables. You don't want to have to instantly pop your Manta in the fight to deal with just an Orchid being casually thrown.
Yeah. SNY Radiant's done for Pure, and getting this Roshan means Aegis, so Tundra looks to be in very sharp position right now.
Yeah, they're cooking.
And I don't really know when BetBoom's going to feel good about the game again. Maybe it's after the Aegis expires.
That was not a Roche their lineup wanted to concede.
No.
Like, you have Vlad's Morphling Keeper of the Light for heals and a Helm of the Overlord
scanning.
Beast, and you just weren't even close to contesting this first Roshan?
And that Aegis would have been so good against the Faceless Void Chronos here, right? You put that on GPK, or maybe you put it on Nightfall and he just goes even more aggro or something, but... Like, you could see if BetBoom was farther ahead and they get that first Roshan, maybe it's Tundra just run out of damage. You know, they just can't do enough to win fights, but they are in a very comfortable position on the side of Tundra. Nightfall will do Tormentor for his team.
Can he actually do this?
Yeah, with the Phylactery. That'll add the extra damage he needs.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That was ugly, but he got the job done. And more importantly, he dodges the smoke move from Tundra, which is just late to the timing here.
Radiant's top tower is under
So if they're
attack.
going to take that, if they're going to push that tier 2 in the top lane, Toronto Tokyo's like, okay, I'll push out this lane,
Dire's bottom
try and
tower is under attack.
just get as much farm as we can and dodge fights during this Aegis timing for the Lifestealer. Because they can't kill Faceless Void, not with an Eternal Shroud Manta. And they can't kill Pure because he's got an Aegis. And they can't kill the Slardar because he's got an Axe. Team fights look pretty impossible and not really...
Dire's bottom tower
There's
is
never
under
really
attack.
something to take. If you're just
Radiant's
picking off
top
supports,
tower is
then
under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
what's the point?
You can't split the map.
Maybe Thompson a little bit too far out here. You go for the Primal Roar, hook shot. They have enough stunts, they just don't. Dude, that wasn't even close, man. This guy is way too tanky. What is this?
Is he even taking damage? I don't. What is this abomination?
I mean, yeah, their damage isn't the best, and the only real, like, burst damage they have is magic, right? It's going to be the Morphling throwing his adaptive strike in there with the Phylactery, and it's going to be whatever the Coddle does. But that was even more pathetic than I expected.
Yeah, that was embarrassingly bad. That was like so bad, like you just call it. That's one of those kill attempts. You're like, all right, well, this game's absolutely fucked. Okay, good to know. I did not know that before that kill, but now I do. Good luck, team.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Blast off, double mind drop, Miro. Trying to stay out on the map to get some farm for them while they're dodging fights, but Tundra just too quick on the rotations.
Yeah, see, Save knows what's going on. He's just sitting here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ags Void, I like that. He was debating Diffusal as well, but I think Ags on the utility Voids it's just so good.
Yeah, I think that's been his late game MO is Ags and Octarine.
Like, this build's just so obnoxious. Like, you look at it, you play against it, you try and go on him, he's bashing you in time. You don't want to cast spells on this guy. You don't want to do anything to him, but if you don't, it's like just enough to be impactful.
Dire's top tower.
The perfect balance, the Thompson balance of impact and annoyance.
It really is. This is when this guy is in his element. Like, he's annoying enough that you have to deal with him, but it's weird enough that you're like, this can't be good. Like, this is trash. Of course we're going to beat it. But then you don't. You don't beat it, and then you feel even worse. Guys, we lost to mid-void with Eternal Shroud.
What was that moment for you? Because you matched up against Thompson a number of times. What hero, Thompson hero combination was that for you guys? You're like, guys, we lost to this.
There were too many to count.
Oh, no.
I mean, he was one of the first mid-hoodwing players before anybody was playing that hero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember we had some scrim. We killed him like 10 times. And then he just one-shot our carry, and I was like, all right, we're done here for the day.
Wow.
What is the point of killing this guy?
That's even worse if you actually shut him down that hard. And then
yeah, that's why it felt good.
Your carry.
So sometimes the best route is to just ignore it. Like, if you don't understand something, just ignore it. and focus on other things you can control in the game. Like, okay, let's try and burst this Lifestealer, right?
Yeah, we know what the Lifestealer does.
Exactly.
We don't know what the Faceless Void
This
does.
guy has no Dispel. He doesn't have an Eternal Shroud. If you can find the Orchid on the Lifestealer in the fight, or you find the Roar on him, maybe Nightfall can just take him down, right? You have a hook shot that can go through as well, get some chain stun going. That part seems a lot more reliable. Like, I don't think you try and interact with this Faceless Void, especially at the start of a fight. I don't think it's going to go well for you.
I think
That's a bad hook shot to miss. Toronto Tokyo not happy about that one.
I think my favorite part about this is that Thompson is bringing a yet another tanky core to the meta. It's not even a strength core, but it's basically one. He's got 3,000 HP, an Eternal Shroud. He's gonna have this Time Walk undoing all this damage.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
You know, you don't need to kill heroes. Just outlive them.
Hero will not outlive himself. He gets found on the Ancients and a little Chrono for a...
Surprise Chronosphere into the arrow! It's gonna be a close call. Think he gonna bash or something? Never mind, it's a guaranteed bash. He's got an Aghanim Scepter. GG! We're done! We're out!
Yeah, I mean, I told you. It was literally that gank on the Eternal Shroud. You're like, well, this is over. Like, what are we even doing here? This guy is just way too tanky. He's way too obnoxious. I don't want to play this game anymore. Is this team tilted? Are they tilting out of this tournament? Is the execution?
It was once the brightest day for BetBoom, and now it seems we're in their darkest hour. After all, reading some of the social media comments, it is people are very, very pessimistic about BetBoom right now. Here's one. Anywhere I can get odds on the BetBoom disband mid-tour. There's even some talent. BetBoom are a dead team. Call it.
30 seconds.
What do you think about that, Avery? Because I think that's bullshit. I think BetBoom have more to show us. Yes, they're in a bit of a rut right now, but I think they're going to come back in this game too. They're going to smash Tundra, and they're going to show why they made Grand Finals of ESL 1 Birmingham in the first place.
Yeah, sure, man.
Oh.
They have more to show us, you know? Well, they have the... They'll show us that they have window seats or aisle seats very soon. That's what I'm looking at.
God damn. What shot? There it is. First blood. Hey, Miro.
That's the way to start it. And that's the hero you want to know. I agree. Like, you can't go from finals of a major LAN to, okay, you lose 3 or 4 series and suddenly you're just complete trash to call it. Like, yeah, Dota shifts very fast, but it's not that. It's never that bad. So they have a lot of opportunity to still recover here and refine their form, and maybe they just figure out what type of heroes are working for them. This is a very well-rounded draft from both teams. Not a lot of crazy picks compared to the last game. Just very standard heroes across the board. A lot of synergy, a lot of stun, a lot of team fight, a lot of initiation. So I expect some heavy brawling and both teams to be very willing to take the 5-on-5s here, as they're both well-suited for it. The one thing I will remark on, though, is I feel like that last pick Bristle for Tundra
Dire's courier has been killed.
incredibly juicy, and I'm surprised they passed on it for a Lifestealer in a game that, yeah, it's fine, but like, you were against Weaver, you know, IO with some move speed. I don't know, like, Lifestealer is good here, but I think Bristle would have just broken BetBoom's lineup. I think this is just unplayable into that hero. Literally just unplayable.
Yeah.
Your birds just die every fight to Quills going out, and there's almost nothing you can do about it. You're never really a threat to him. I don't think you can get the single target damage online fast enough. So I feel like BetBoom dodged a bullet with that one, and maybe that's something they can take advantage of here to give Miro a better game than he would have, because I think the Lifestealer matchup for him is whatever. Like, I think there are certain heroes that make Visage's life hell, and I don't think Lifestealer is one of those. The Lifestealer with the new Radiance is pretty annoying.
Sure.
And it's not necessarily a matchup Visage is happy about, but it's not one that just makes him unable to play as hero. And I think the lane should be perfectly fine for Miro here as well. So BetBoom have that going for them.
In your opinion, why did they go the Lifestealer? If there are some mobile heroes that you can't really lock down very easily, if it's not a hard winning lane against Visage, why did they pick it?
I mean, I personally think Bristle would have just been better, but maybe they have some idea about wanting a Radiance in this game. It is a very good item here.
Okay.
Very strong burst, what BetBoom have. Maybe they have an idea that the hero is going to be more independent in the early game, though I think Bristle also fits that bill.
Dire's courier has been
That
killed.
they're just going to be able to roam a bit more. Maybe it's a hero that can enable their supports. They also do have the Infest vehicle in the Centaur, which can be really strong. Right? If they wanted more oomph off that jump from the Centaur, Lifestealer gives them that over almost any other carry. So he can give them a lot more single target burst damage off the jump, which can be a big threat versus Nightfall in the fights.
Fighting over the Lotus, Pure does manage to get it. He had to use his rage for it. Miro is getting a little bit low. He needs to be able to get that shot off on Pure to get the kill, and he does manage to get it off just before he dies to the Rubik. So they end up trading out cores, so the Visage dying first. It's obviously still favorable for Tundra with the experience being given to the Lifestealer.
Is it just me, or does Pure like always have one weird death on the lane?
I actually don't think I've noticed that, but it's possible.
Or maybe not weird. I just feel like he always dies once on the lane, and then he never dies again. It's like you get me once. That's all you're gonna. That's all you're gonna
One
have.
freebie.
Yeah.
Wait, did he get the Lotus?
Yeah, he got the Lotus.
Oh.
He got the Lotus. He used the Lotus, and he died for the Lotus.
Oh.
9 class, you are
It's
not fast enough.
enough.
I feel like he's gonna get it somehow anyway, though.
Wait, 310 versus 315. Wait, he had a 5 movement speed advantage.
I mean, 5 MS is not enough to catch up on bad ranged attack animation. Got to deny, though. Suck it. Do we have that clip yet? No? Okay.
Suck it! 24 and 3 for this Razor.
Yeah, Thompson is owning mid right now. Really taking his GPK. Not as bad in the net worth department, though. GPK did not have to ferry out some insane amount of regen here, just abusing water runes, so he's doing fine. In another game where he can make some rotations, hopefully he can get some power runes, he can play fast off of either of these 2 cores in the side lane.
Hop in,
Ooh,
got a grab on
that's
Nightfall, but if they'd landed the stomp, maybe they really could have gotten something out of that
I
situation.
mean, this is a double bracer ring centaur. Very tanky, but he is getting pressured by this lane duo. Shows you the strength of it in this early game. And one thing to remark on this BetBoom lineup when we enter this mid game is they do have some decent physical damage synergy going in. There's the rotation from the Marcy, but Carry's already dead, my friend.
Yep, they're too late. And get the disposed back, maybe try and body block Miro a bunch. Toronto Tokyo is going to make sure that Miro's good, though. And now Miro can throw some damage back out if he wants to. Doesn't have the mana for it. Never mind. Just get some right clicks in, though.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. God damn, he has the mana now.
Yeah, he has the mana. He only had the vision.
I mean, BetBoom's still very happy with how this offlane's going. Very strong start for a Visage here. Anytime he gets the extra kills and can stay on the lane on top of it, so much XP going into him, which is all he really wants. The net worth is just the cherry on top here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Pure
attack
not
by
having a fun time of it. Had to buy the rain drop for the assumptions. Didn't save him anyway. That feels real bad when you buy rain drop and you still die as a carry.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, damn, I should have just saved the gold and died and then bought a Midas.
Well, you were wrong, by the way. Pure with the one death and then doesn't die again in the laning phase. Didn't work out here.
Yeah, that's true. I thought you meant they all had middle seats, so I thought it was...
Oh, no. That's how you know the organization is really mad with you. Everybody has a middle or a wild. Miro going to be chased down here potentially as the plasma field catches up. Thompson is...
I think he's dead.
Probably the strongest hero in the game right now. I
think you got him there,
they
guys.
brought both supports as well, so...
I like these moves from Thompson, though. Like, Visage is one of those heroes where you just gank him twice. Even if it's not the most efficient move, even if you miss a wave for it mid, like right now there's a wave hitting Thompson's tower. You know, normally you wouldn't feel amazing about this, but Visage is one of those heroes where you kill him twice, maybe 3 times. It always feels good, because setting that hero back is just, that pays money in the mid game. Pure money, as they say. Easy money.
Easy money.
Easy money sniper, some might say.
True. We haven't casted a sniper today. Holy cow.
Yeah, I was waiting to bust out that line, but we
Yes.
never get the sniper games.
I feel like Sniper's been in like 70% of the game so far this tournament. Nice double stomp into rebound on 2 with the Stampede. They'll catch up and finish off Toronto Tokyo. So they get one of them.
That was actually pretty well executed.
Well, you sound so surprised.
I don't know why I sounded so surprised, but yeah.
Radiant's middle
Didn't
tower
take that
is under
damage.
attack.
And maybe they still can get the Weaver. They got him.
God, that is...
GPK goes for the punish, a TP in. He wants at least 1 kill out of this, and it's looking like he'll get it.
Radiant's middle tower is
We
under
trapped
attack.
him.
He's literally stuck.
Trapped him like a rat.
Now he's stuck.
Trapped himself like a rat. What is going on here?
A messy situation where Save is gonna die.
Got the ward, I guess. Lost his courier, lost himself. Is that worth it? Not really. And I mean, what was looking like an okay start for Miro, he just gets ganked twice. They lose both heroes top. Now they lose Save and a courier again. Once more, it feels like it's only GPK having the really good early game here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, they need the 6 on Miro.
They had a
TP.
stun. Miro would die here.
The
but
third gank from Thompson.
White Mon was just a little too far away. Yeah, they are really hating on this Visage.
I mean, it's what you're supposed to do to this hero.
Dire's middle tower is under
Little ancient stack stealing. It's gonna feel good.
And I guess they don't really have the... I mean, they have Pango, but the other support is an IO. It's not the best, like, TP response hero in the world.
Nope. And Tundra continuing to make the moves here. Man, Thompson has just owned with these rotations. And he's not really getting punished for it because there wasn't anybody mid for a long time to take advantage of the empty lane. They finally rotated the Visage there now to pick up his 6, but he has gotten some impactful kills bottom. It's going to result in an ancient stack stolen, an extra support kill, and probably this tier 1 tower for free as Pure collects the last hit.
I think the pretty disappointing part is that you know the Razor isn't going to come to the Weaver lane, right? That's just an unlikely kill.
Yeah, he won't.
So he's going to go to that Visage lane. Plus, you said that's how you play against Visage. You shut him down as much as you can in the first 15 minutes of the game.
I mean, I think BetBoom
So-
could have read those moves a bit better, just played it safer and not giving him up, but it still would have had the effect of limiting the Visage's XP here, which is why Miro was playing up in that lane in the first place. He can't really afford to just sacrifice too much in the early game. But yeah, it's a product of the support duo not being able to help him fend that Razor off. Or maybe Pango not create enough pressure on his own. I mean, I feel like there's a world where the lanes are static. If the Razor makes that rotation bottom, the Pango counterplays it with roll. It shouldn't be that bad of a fight, right?
Sure.
Radiant's middle tower
You can even
is
TP the
under
Weaver in,
attack.
like if you really want to.
Precious bounty.
Yeah, if you get the Swarm on during a Rolling Thunder where these heroes are getting disabled and they have bugs on them for a longer period of time as a result.
I don't know, Thompson just feeling the game right now, playing really well in this series. Playing really well recently in general, honestly. Feels like he's slowly returning to his form. Finding something that works for him right now. And I think Thompson, when he's playing his best, he is the highest net worth in the game. He has accomplished that here.
Lucky find.
Shield rune on 1600 HP at 11.5.
Yeah, this guy's not dying anytime soon.
That is pretty... I mean, he's got a way faster Manta than Lasky.
Gonna have a fast Blink Dagger soon on the Centaur. They almost don't need it, though. Thankfully, the Avalanche is there. So it stops Ramses. They have to use the Stampede to get 9 class out of here, but it doesn't quite last long enough. They're still going to try and go for the kill. Swashbuckle stolen from Whitemon, gets some damage on Nightfall and forces him to use time-lapse, and 9 class will bounce back onto the IO. They got the telekinesis stopping the tether away.
And while that's happening, GPK is finishing his defusal. So again, these are the types of fights that the Pango can respond to. He can turn them around. but he's trying to get to his item. He now has it. He has an Invis rune, but it's a little too late.
Underneath a ward sentry
Yep.
combination.
He gets scouted. Tundra just controlling the mid lane tempo so well. Thompson's found the openings, and GPK has just not been able to do much to counterplay it. That's been the story of the first 13 minutes here. I mean, even Pure getting extra tower damage a bit. Very aggressive move from him. He doesn't want to burst the Visage any longer here. I mean, BetBoom want to fight. Like, this is not a lineup that wants to just go into the jungle and farm with a Weaver.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You have Io Weaver, you have Diffusal Pangolier. Should be happy to take these skirmishes around your towers, and it's going to be GBK just TPing straight up to do that into the smoke. So they can gate bottom here and backstab the Lifestealer.
I mean, this is a risky move just because it's a Lifestealer. If he gets off the rage, or if he simply
not the simplest of moves, but it can work.
Oh no, he got off the rage! Can he get the infest off? TPs are coming in, and a creep wave is coming in as well. He's gonna be fine. Maybe they could still kill some supports as they're late TPing in. Nobody canceled those TPs.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You have a lot of skirmish power right now. So fast, man.
Now we're gonna relocate, but it's a bit late. He's pretty close to the mid tower now. There's no way. BetBoom just late on the decision making there from Toronto Tokyo. Gets himself killed, and now Thompson in position to get the punish on BetBoom as they take too many steps far forward into that mid area. Tundra able to respond with the numbers and get 2 kills.
And that is a Manta done for Thompson here.
14-minute man.
That is disgusting. And like you said, just late to the party with the reload. It gets bursted instantly, and this Razor is way too strong right now, unless you're willing to commit a Rolling Thunder on him there, which GPK has it. Again, a very disconnected fight for BetBoom. Tundra take advantage all the way with some nice rotations. Bail that Lifestealer out. That was the hard gank. They chose to try and make it, but Pure ready for the move. And now Tundra can just start playing aggressive. They can start pushing towers off the back of the Centaur. Looking for the Infest Blink plays off smoke. They want to go that route.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, their Roshan is pretty bad this game, but they don't really need it. Just take the map over and look for the pickoffs into the team fight.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant are scanning.
Well, BetBoom can at least take this mid tower with the Visage Familiars, though the deny is taken by Pure, so that'll...
Man, even that doesn't feel too good.
Yeah. He's going to have a very fast Radiance, too. So it's going to be fast Manta, fast Radiance. Tundra are going to get very strong in just like 2-3 minutes from now. Unless BetBoom can do something to slow him down here. And a pick off on a support, that's a start.
They'll take that for sure. I mean, this Rubik Visage matchup is just terrible for Rubik.
Marcy running into the Weaver, but he's got some backup. He's got Thompson. They go straight for the Io. They ignore Nightfall. Don't really need to try and get that kill. You're probably not going to get it anyway. They get the support pick off. You trade off supports. Thompson's well on his way out of here, though.
And honestly, they have a pretty nice lineup to utilize this Stampede aggressively.
Oh, back through the portal. They're going to chase after Ramses. Ramses doesn't have Stampede, so there's no way out of this.
I just caught off guard. Trying to get some extra farm down here, but not respecting that gate capability. So BetBoom finding a little bit of some momentum here. Still hasn't all come together yet, but this Visage is strong right now. Like, they picked it for a reason. He's going to be a force in these fights in the mid game before the real tankiness comes on for Tundra. Quick two-man smoke. They're looking for the Weaver-Io pair. They just get it.
Once again, killing the Io. This time, are they going to trade off Marcy for it? It's kind of looking like it. Nightfall. In some way, he is having farm. Oh, nice tree plant. It doesn't stop the kill, but that was a cool idea. In some ways, Nightfall is having farm just delivered to him in the jungle.
Yeah, I don't think he's sad about that at all, to be honest.
Roll it up. Hit him with the Rolling Thunder, bouncing back and forth. The Manta can only do so much to stop some of this damage, and yeah, they finish him off. Now Pure will get on top of save. Toss over. Relocate coming in.
Tundra in trouble here. They're going to get kited out. Real damn hard.
Trying to finish him off, got the Tiny. So at least Ramses can TP out, head held high, and gets hit by the bird stun. So doesn't even complete the TP.
Man, wipe here across the map.
Was it actually?
Yeah, the Weaver wasn't even in that main part of the fight. Nightfall just took everything top and got a tower. An incredible sequence for BetBoom as this gank for Tundra just was not set up well, and then they TP back towards mid and just get caught by the Pangolier. Finally, GPK able to connect with that Rolling Thunder. And if you're not going to take an organized fight here as Tundra into the Visage, he's going to punish you in those 1-by-1 situations really hard because you don't have clear for the birds. So he's just sitting here with his Vlad, sitting here with his Aura, going AC second. We'll finally get cleared out of this jungle. Tundra have had enough of the bird lingering.
Yeah, I'll probably get the familiars as well. Thompson runs those down pretty easily.
200. 2 familiars have indeed been killed. Can we get a replay of the 2 familiars being killed 2 seconds ago, please?
Yeah, you say this. I was like, you know production's gonna do it.
Oh, there we go. There we see the first familiar. There's the second one, plus 200 gold. Can we get a recap of how many familiars have been killed this game, please, production? 2 familiars have been killed this game. Awesome. 200 gold for 2.
Why are you the way that you are? You tell me that.
All right, well, let's keep an eye on that. We'll come back to it in a little bit. See if that's changed.
Gleipnir done for the Weaver, so BetBoom haven't had this Weaver involved that much besides the kills that have been delivered to him in the jungle, but now he's got a very active item, so they're able to...
See, Pure was toggling his Radiance there for last hits.
Against the tower?
Against the creeps.
Okay.
Like he was turning his Radiance off, so he made sure he got all the lane creeps.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I get it. I feel like you probably don't need to do that, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because this is a game where I look at it and I'm like, you would never turn your Radiance off in this game, right?
Yeah.
But this guy is just too good.
Manta, he tried to go for the toss back into the Rolling Thunder for an instant stun. Couldn't get the toss back. So that is both a Rolling Thunder and a relocate. Used for not a whole lot.
At least his Arcane Rune.
Yeah, that's true. And he got another power rune for it, this time in amp damage.
Damn, I mean, he's getting good runes, but they aren't finding the fights with them. It's going to be another smoke from Tundra. Again, looking for the Weaver IO pair. Catch that duo that is always going to be on their own. It's free pickings if you bring the numbers, but kind of a hard smoke gank to land. I mean, that duo is just so fast on the map. Oh, I mean, this could be really bad.
They scan the other side of the gate to make sure it's clear. They're going to go through it now. Pop out instantly, Gleipnir on 3. Avalanche on 3 as well, but they have to Stampede and Save is kind of by himself. But BetBoom were not sure if they wanted to take this fight or not. Nightclaw's almost getting blown up by GPK. Thompson pushing forward, trying to drain some damage. Gets pushed back by Nightfall. A little bit too much damage for him to handle. He has to back away. Meanwhile, Ramses with the extra Infest HP is going to need it because the damage coming in is going to wipe him out. And now Pierce left in no man's land has to instantly rage TP. Not a good gate push for Tundra.
No, completely outmatched in that fight, despite that initiation being very awkward for BetBoom. Like, do you want to take this 3-man Gleipnir Avalanche? Do you not? The Pango wasn't there, that's why they were hesitating, but the second GPK gets there with that DD room, that fight's over. He outmatches everybody, and the Razor cannot run in and frontline versus this lineup. There's way too much single target physical burst. He does not have the armor or the sustain to tank that. It'll be BKB second here for Thompson, but that doesn't help him versus this Vlad's AC build from Miero with Geminate and a bug going in on top of it, it's just so much physical single target. And you're looking at these 3 cores for Tundra. Where is the armor going to come out? You have some Radiance Evasion. You have a Shiva's being built for Ramsey, so there's one source. But all 3 of these cores are pretty susceptible to the Weaver plus the Birds and the AC Vlad's build-up here. Some nice itemization overall for BetBoom. It's going to give them an edge right now, and they have an Aegis to maintain that advantage. So the onus on Tundra to come up with some next set of items to help them take these full 5-on-5s, because right now this ball seems way too strong to just run headlong into.
There, we got the toss back into the bird stuns. Very fancy. And Thompson uses his BKB thinking he's still going to be able to escape.
Yeah, that's
just a lost chart.
That's the 9-second. Mega value for BetBoom off that gank.
Are fortified.
They're going to force Pure to have to TP again. Rage TP. He's being forced to move around the map.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not able to stay out there like he wants to. 23 minutes in, dead even net worth game. But maybe not about to be if they can blow up this Lifestealer, but it gets off the Rage and the Infest is available to him. But first he starts hitting on Amiro. Now he goes for the Infest and the Centaurs. His Rage was about to run out, and Rams is going to make a run for it. Nightfall has to use his time lapse. He did have Aegis, so he could have braved it if he wanted to. But it looks like BetBoom made the call.
It's a dangerous chase. Don't have your Razor yet.
Yeah, again, they're chasing after an Aegis hero. Okay, well, BetBoom still back away. Guess without the Tiny, without their full 5-man, they just do not feel confident enough to take it.
What you'll find laying around.
It was a nice bait by Tundra, keeping Pure alive. Get a little bit out of it. We're starting to see the work Marcy can do in these fights, honestly. 9 class putting in some damage, and he's finding the farm. That's kind of the X factor in this Tundra lineup, I think, is if 9 class can continue to scale here, if he can get to the late game position where like you get to that basher territory on Marcy or something,
Yeah.
pretty terrifying hero for Nightfall in the middle of these fights, because you get hoof stomped and then all of a sudden Marcy leaps in, bashes you once. That's enough for you to just die on the Weaver. Doesn't take much more. Three familiars, I think. Thank you.
Good
for that.
update, good update production. Thank you.
I almost
Rubik
missed
did
that
manage to
one.
get a last
Yeah.
hit.
I actually missed. I'm gonna admit it. I missed that one.
Dire are
Wash
scanning.
Why we have
analyst.
backup. We're gonna see the replay of the bird kill.
Oh, this was the moment right here where we missed the most important detail,
Let's see.
where
No,
the
no.
familiar didn't die. Okay.
Okay. Well.
Pure doesn't have a TP. Oh, okay, he has a TP now. It was getting delivered.
Almost done with this AC. So I was asking where the armor was going to come from. Shiva's on the Centaur, AC on the Lifestealer. They're going to try and mitigate the advantage that BetBoom have created here. And looks like they're going to get there without too much damage done. In fact, they're still holding the gold lead. The group up from BetBoom not finding the consistent fighting they want, as Tundra have pretty successfully dodged and can start to look for their own move soon.
Whoopsies.
Yes, File Explorer.
Radiant's top tower
Still
is
working.
under attack.
We'll check
Radiant
that Dota2
structures are
beta
fortified.
folder, see if there's a new patch yet.
I saw you exploring some files earlier, Austin.
What?
Radiant's top tower is under
What do you
attack.
mean? It's not a double entendre. There's not a
Radiant's
second
top
part
tower
to it.
has fallen.
I think we all know what it means.
Okay.
Armor items up
Dire's
for Tundra
bottom
here.
tower is under attack.
Ready to do a little file
Radiant's
explore.
top tower
Their
is
own.
under attack.
Maybe a little Tormentor exploring.
Dire's bottom tower
Could
has
steal one
fallen.
away. That'd be pretty damn nice here. There's
Yeah.
some good shards to get.
Are scanning.
Execute Tormentor.
Are scanning.
And a little Rubik
Got a
shard.
Rubik save.
Not bad. So everything's online for both teams here, honestly. Just a question of how you take the fight and where the initiation comes from. Tundra really want to find a core with this jump. I don't think they care about the supports too much. I mean, if they get the IO, they'll take him, but You do have to keep in mind some sort of IO buyback shenanigans. Birds scouting, but no one here to break the smoke. They find the Visage of all heroes, the Dream.
A perfect catch for Tundra, and they're going to get more off of it too. They'll also get save.
Did finish his Ags. There's 2 more birds.
Ooh, 2 more.
Brings the total to 5. My math checks out.
Great work, production, making sure double checking Avery's numbers. It's been hard to count up to 5, but he made it.
NA math, you know, it's tough out here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Be sure to count with us, chat.
Hey, at least I can count to 5. Valve can't count to 3, so beat them.
That was such an unnecessary stray. They're coming out with a new game, man. I want to cast that. Can't just burn that bridge before they even come out with a new game.
That's right, Dota 3.
Dire's
Dota
middle
3.
tower has fallen.
Coming tomorrow with the new patch.
That's right. Already here first. What if we just skip the next Crownfall act and we just go to Act 3? That would surprise everybody.
That would be the funniest thing if Act 3 just never comes out.
Yeah, you play Act 2 and then a week from now it has the little thing under it where it just says next week and it just says next year. It's like, fuck you, man.
Basher for the Pango. So now we got a bit more control for this Lifestealer. He's been having free rage TPs all over the place.
Yeah, that's a big item here. Really big item. I mean, even if you manage to just bash someone during a Stampede, again, it's a pretty strong Stampede lineup. The Marcy benefits a lot from the gap close, the extra mobility in the fight. The Lifestealer does as well during the rage, gives them some extra hits
Radiant's
in.
bottom
Razor
tower
likes
is
it
under
to
attack.
maintain the link. So just bashing any of these random heroes during any of those attempts to utilize that Stampede offensively is going to feel good. And Daedalus done for Nightfall as well, approaching that level 20 talent. This is where the Weaver is really going to start to heat up. It's going to start cooking.
He cooking up.
Nemesis Curse as well. Yeah, okay. He's just going pure damage right now.
Is under attack.
God, that item's too good, man. Too good. If you get somebody with a Nemesis Curse Daedalus this early on to the game, they're just going to blow up.
Doesn't have Evasion Pierce, though. One thing to note, you have Elven Tunic plus Radiance on Pure right now.
Yeah,
That
but
is a decent amount of evasion to get through.
isn't part of your MO just kind of ignoring the Lifestealer and hitting everybody else? Like
Sure.
killing the Razor first in a team fight, cleaning up the supports, leave the Centaur and Lifestealer for last.
But if
Dire's
Tundra
top
have their
tower
way,
is
they're going to
under
start the
attack.
fight with the Infest Centaur Stomp. So you may not have a choice of who your targets are, right? That's why the initiation is really important for both teams here, between the Centaur and the Tiny, to set their big damage dealers up well in the team fight. Look towards save to try and find some tossback or some 2-3 hero avalanche. Would really make Nightfall's life a lot easier than him having to just run in with the IO pair and try and start something on his own, which just sounds like a nightmare.
It gets Toronto, Tokyo killed every time.
Dire are scanning.
Miro still hunting. We saw him pick that Ags up earlier, but really hasn't found much with it. I mean, he's going to look to try and probably backstab somebody in the fight. Find this Rubik. The Rubik just disappears in probably a second and a half. You're just absolutely gone. It's also a significant amount of just single target damage if they find that tossback stun on somebody in the Visages within range.
Radiant are scanning.
And it's going to be a fight. That looks like Tundra want to be able to start on their terms, but
He's too fast for you.
it's a big swing, big miss.
Where you watching?
Stays one step ahead of Ramses and Thompson Port.
So Tundra they can stick around and try and take the defensive fight here, but the defensive fight is not as good for them, I think.
They've already popped out of the Infest, so I feel like it's going to be really bad.
Yeah, they're lingering. I mean, this is pretty greedy. Now you can defend Roshan because you have some high ground potential here. You have
Radiant
Outpost to
are
TP2 with
scanning.
buybacks. This is a much harder fight than where they were 5 seconds ago. I don't know if BetBoom wanted to push into that defensive position. That's a tough one. Now you can wrap around with Visage, who can just cliff walk over the side. That is another possibility here. And if you do manage to take a fight where Tundra get dragged into the middle of this area, then the Pango roll can go to work. You are really flirting with danger, my man. You get tossed back, you're not going to be a happy camper.
Guess he thinks maybe he'll just be able to Manta faster than Save gets the toss. He's already kind of dodged that once or twice.
He also has Elven Tunic, so I mean, he's pretty tanky with Satanic plus some evasion.
Yeah.
It'll be another smoke up. But this is the high ground ward for BetBoom. So once more, both teams they're trying to find the deep angle, the flank to get the initiation. Ramses sees a couple heroes.
Spots the Tiny, gonna blow him up first. So there goes the initiation, and Thompson coming in from the back. They instantly kill the IO as well. This is looking like a really good spot for Tundra.
GPK is just melting. He's gone.
And the Weaver's fighting it out right now with Marcy pushing through. Not good enough on the lifesteal. It's going to be the Weaver going to have to carry through this fight for them because everybody else on the backside is gone for BetBoom. Miro's going to go for a TP out, a desperate one at that, and it's not quite going to make it. He was so close to getting out of there. Nightfall cleaned up 3 heroes.
Yeah, he dealt some serious damage. It's just too late. And that's a high ground ward for BetBoom that they lose the fight on. There was no vision for Tundra there. Just sick positioning to take that upper angle on the re-smoke. They get the vision off the Centaur. That's enough to start the fight on their terms. And like you said, the second they find Tiny there, that whole fight is broken open. They're going to try and reap the reward, which is Roshan into the hands of these two cores. Man, the fact Thompson just got a full link on GBK too. I mean, that is the Razor Pango matchup dream. No bash comes through. He just walks the dog and puts him down.
The Pangolin. Aegis and Banner. 9,000 net worth
You
lead
give this to Thompson?
If he's going to be doing all this frontlining like he did last time.
Well, don't leave the banner, guys. Make sure you collect your free banner.
It's true. Very important item.
Why do people hate on this item? Item's not that bad.
Because Dota players in general, when it's hard to tell an item's impact.
Yeah, that's when it's probably good.
Big boys.
It's a nice sound effect too. How do you think they made that one?
Probably literally walking on some ground of some sort.
Radiant are scanning.
It's usually how sound effects are made. They just put a microphone up to some sort of action. All right, so Tormentor gets a shard for Ramses, and apparently that was enough for Miro to tip Ramses.
Nice shard, dumbass.
Haha, you're so poor you got the shard?
So that game's so bad. I got free shard from Tormentor. You need it. Now when I kill you, your buyback's going to be more expensive.
Nightfall. He's going to pop out and go for this, and he dies so fast. Oh!
Surprise indeed.
Oh my god, that was a gank right there.
Yeah, that was, and they got reload.
And he got relocate?
I don't know what that does, but it's cool.
No relocate with no tether?
You can infest reload.
Oh my god. Now that's an idea. They're going to try and cut some waves here. Whitemon with his relocate was trying to help out Thompson get this kill. They spot him. They get the telekinesis, the relocate. It works.
He got him.
Now let's see him use tree grab to that same effectiveness.
It is not often you see a Rubik put that spell to work. But we have seen it here.
Oh, Pure. The Rage is going to run out soon. They're going to try and surprise him out of invisibility, see if they could take away that Aegis, but no. Uh-oh. Is that another familiar? Is that another familiar death? Say it ain't so.
Ooh.
How many was it, Avery?
On it. It's Grave. Well, that was number 6, right?
No.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Incorrect. Production.
I think it's 9, actually.
Yeah, because I think 2 died in that last team fight, right?
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
Man, this game's hard, actually. I don't
Production.
They don't want to show it anymore.
Time for the Vistage Familiar.
It's because it was
Production.
9, but now they're faking the number to make me look bad.
10.
10. I told you, it was 9, dude. I'm telling you, they just faked that.
Hack the system.
Yeah, that's fake news.
Fake news. Don't believe the headlines, kids. Do your own research on how many familiars were killed.
Halbert for the Marcy instead of the Basher.
Oh, yeah.
I guess after that Weaver gank, he's like, I don't need Bash. This guy just dies in a second anyway.
Yeah, and also the Weaver, like, offensively demolished them, so...
There's so much evasion on the side of Tundra. I mean, Thompson's just farming in their base, apparently. Like, Butterfly Razor, Radiance Lifestealer, now you have a Halberd Marcy. They even had Elven Tunics and got rid of those.
Which means BetBoom do not want to fight until the MKB is done, and it's being picked up now.
Yeah, he just finishes a very important item for Nightfall, but it does feel like so much of this game comes down to the Weaver, what he can get done in the fight.
Dire are scanning.
This Visage is just getting abused.
They're going to smoke up to the high ground through the empty lane, but a scan got him.
Tundra's or Thompson telling his team to come with him.
BetBoom knows this is coming, and they bait it out anyway. They're going to try and blow up the Razor, and they got him. Thompson really went for it, huh?
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, nothing bad has ever happened to Thompson in the enemy base, to be fair.
Yeah. Who needs to use their VK?
That was Gem as well, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I see that empty slot, huh?
That should help.
What? Very awkward. Because they're not going to be able to use the Aegis now.
Yeah, that was a unfortunate sequence, some might say, for Tundra.
Unlucky. What can you do? The enemy was inside their base, guys. How could we foresee this?
I mean, he wanted to, like, since he has Gem, he sees everything. If he runs in BKBs because he has Butterfly Satanic, he guarantees survives there. I don't think the idea is that bad. There's the execution. Definitely lacking a bit. It costs them a big price. Slows that Aegis period down. They don't get the fight they're looking for. They lose Gem, which they really need one versus this Weaver. It's a big deal. Octarine done for GBK. He's continuing to scale here.
Stop.
Play a bit harder next time.
There's a lot of bashers in this game, man. Feels good. Spend some time.
A lot of bashers, a lot of evasion. A lot of heroes just slugging it out for long periods of time.
Whatever happened to MAME?
You mean the old
Dire's
Sange?
top
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
Well, then it was on that tier 4 item.
Yeah, I know, but now it's just
it's
gone. Why, man?
My master.
Because Scotty's just a better effect. $40 minutes in, 27-20, 14,000 net worth lead for Tundra. And they are demolishing towers. In fact, they were looking to demolish this game until that misstep by Thompson prevented them from going high ground a second time. Still, though, they are getting stronger. They've got the Abyssal Blade done. I am curious how much the game will turn when you get to the level 25 on Nightfall, where you get that third hit in from the Geminate.
I mean, the thing is, I just don't know how he survives if he ever gets stunned by anything. Like, the single target burst is insane off the jump. Which means BetBoom need to tank that or start the fight on their terms with something between the Tiny and the Pango. And they just haven't been able to do it this game. Hex on Miro maybe will give him the confidence to just run in here and start the fight out of his invis.
Oh, he doesn't want to run in right here, that's for sure.
Well,
Breaks the smoke on this high ground little area. They get the blink backwards from the Tiny, but they spotted Miro. He was on the cliff area, gets tossed back down over to Pure, but he already activated his charge. They're going to have to ignore him for now. The Pango got stuffed. He got clipped up on the stage. He gets back down, and then he's now trying to get to the other side of the cliff. He gets clipped again. Now he goes back into a
Why?
disaster for GPK.
Why'd you do it to yourself?
Get this kid a driver's license, man. That was bad driving for the Pango.
Oh.
Struck another.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, Tundra is certainly going to go high ground with that.
That was painful to watch. They're going to try and burst with the Hex, but it's
The Blink-in Shiva
Not
comes
good
out
enough.
from Ramses to make sure the Thompson gets out. Double buyback.
this Weaver's hurt.
Can they chase after these heroes that are all low? There's so many heroes low, but they still do not feel confident enough to run up that high ground.
And they're not going to be low for long.
Yeah.
Double buyback yields nothing here for BetBoom. They're going to instantly smoke and try and make something happen. I mean, this feels almost like a desperation play at this point.
I mean, if you use double buybacks and didn't actually get a kill for it, you must take control of the Roshan pit. Roshan has just now spawned.
So the upside of this smoke is if you don't find anything, you can just go in the pit and force it. It dies very fast. You can at least get some vision control. Tundra yielding a lot of the map right now.
If they pushed forward, the smoke would have broken. They would have been underneath a ward that could have been very bad for BetBoom.
I mean, Tundra, they're yielding because they know they have big items coming out.
They dropped ward sentry on a ward sentry. So both teams are aware.
The damage is done, though. They got the Refresher on the Razor and the Basher on the Marcy here. Huge items for this next fight.
But maybe they'll just take Roshan so quickly that Tundra, who had to push through this ward in the first place,
Yeah, big win for BetBoom.
are not going to be able to get here in time.
A little too
Aegis,
slow for
Refresher.
Tundra.
Big items for BetBoom as long as everybody gets out. This has not been that bad of a buyback usage.
God, man. You know, these birds have been, they've been sad this game, man. Sad bird game. They're the sad birds.
No, those are dead birds.
All right, what can BetBoom do with this Aegis? It's a big one. Double live on Nightfall is huge here. He can play really aggressive, doesn't have to worry about getting all in bursted anymore, can hold the BKB for later. And this guy does do a lot of damage. Cannot underestimate it right now if you're Tundra. He gets a couple crits, a couple MKB procs. You're going to feel it. Not level 25 yet, but it's like the missing piece of the puzzle here. And another 5-man smoke from BetBoom. They see Thompson.
Yeah, what Thompson is...
What is... I mean, he can TP Outpost, but it's slow.
Well, let's see if he gets here in time. He's going to start TPing, but the Lifestealer's already down to half health. He's gone. Thompson is here, but without his Lifestealer, can he carry through this fight with his BKB? Refresher pops another round of his ultimate and chases down these heroes. Already killed 2. The Weaver's in trouble now, but the birds come out, stopping the chain stun coming out from 9 class, but he gets another one, another stun coming out. That's the Aegis. Thompson is going to stay on top of the relocate away. Oh no, he got the timing all wrong. GPK to the rescue though, hits him with a rolling thunder. Still Night Class hopping over that ball onto the Weaver, got the stun, and now he's dead with no buyback.
Not enough help for Nightfall in the later portions of these fights. And even though Thompson is there after the Lifestealer's dead, not enough gas in the tank. This Razor is way too big. This Marcy is way too big of a problem. There's nobody who can fight 9 class in these exchanges. It's just tearing them apart.
And that fight should have, it was one of the best situations you could ask for, where Thompson's not there at the start and you kill the one hero that didn't have buyback on the side of Tundra.
100%.
Tundra was playing around that outpost because they knew they could TP in Thompson, they could, whoever dies could buy back and TP in, but the Lifestealer died. And he didn't have buyback.
You even escaped the first link on the Pango roll and came back with a second one on GPK.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like it's near enough.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, that's going to be Megas.
Dire's top tower
Without the Weaver, really no way for BetBoom to stop
Dire's
this.
top barracks are under attack. Dire's top
Finish off
tower
that final building.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen. The Radiants now have mega
25k and megas. We don't have buyback on the Lifestealer, the Centaur, or the Marcy.
I mean, Stolen Avalanche was also big in that fight. Should give Whitemon some credit. He has found some good spell steals this game.
Yeah, he has.
And he just hasn't been
Radiant are
like
scanning.
BetBoom haven't had enough room to focus this Rubik as much as they probably would like to with their lineup, just because the cores are too big of a problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually what Visage is really good at, right? Catching these, like, backline squishy supports and
He'll decimate
about a
in a
save
second.
mechanism.
That should help.
But are you confident enough to just run in here with the Visage where this Gem Centaur has been frontlining the whole game? It's way too scary. DD Rune top. Oh, man.
Dude, get that amp damage to 9 class, man. He's about to complete a Daedalus. He's
Thompson. Thompson, don't give up runes.
From the blue.
BetBoom, this was a game they needed to win to stay in this tournament, and now they are on the ropes. And I guess it's looked a little better than game one,
are
but
scanning.
still very disconnected from them. 9 class, he just got out of control in this game. The danger of this Marcy, you start giving her some one-team fights, and then she's just an anti-carry hero. She's just gonna find your Weaver and make his life miserable. You're gonna get disarmed, you're gonna get bashed, you might just even get solo killed.
Patiently waiting. The Infest Bomb ready to go if anybody from BetBoom gets out of position.
Huh.
Another smoke up through this
Never
bottom
seen
lane
this
again.
play go wrong before.
Thompson is going to lead the charge again.
Nothing bad has ever happened to Thompson in the enemy base.
This time, surely Ramses will follow him in. It's going to be 9 class who goes first with a rebound, and they chain the stun to blow up the Visage. Okay. It is a buyback. Oh, just the Weaver's gone.
All right, well, that was a nice
GG.
game. Yeah, that was a good attempt there. But the power of anime is indeed too powerful.
Cannot stop this monstrosity. That is Marcy.
Not even close in the end. Like, absolutely not even close in these late game fights. Just, I don't even think that scaling on BetBoom is close to what Tundra were outputting here. They have like 4 carries.